Welcome to the Global Warwatch Network. Today, we're going to talk about a weapon that isn't just new, it's completely rewriting the rulebook on nuclear warfare. And no, that's not something out of a science fiction movie. Russia has confirmed they've successfully tested a strategic weapon that operates in the dark, silent depths of the ocean, far, far away from any of our traditional defenses. So let's really get into what this weapon is. All right, so let's break it down. What exactly is this so-called tsunami weapon? Its official name is Poseidon. And, it represents a category of warfare that is just fundamentally new. Okay, so first things first, it's really important to get what this thing is not. It's not a missile, it's not your typical torpedo. The right way to think about it is as an unmanned underwater vehicle, or UUV. Think of it like this. It's basically a giant, self-driving nuclear drone built for one single, devastating mission. And the mission is designed for? Well, it's backed by some absolutely staggering power. The nuclear warhead that the Poseidon could carry is estimated to be up to 100 megatons. To give you some perspective, that's literally thousands of times more powerful than the bomb dropped on Hiroshima. It's a scale of destruction that's, well, it's almost impossible to wrap your head around. But here's the part that is just truly terrifying. The Poseidon isn't just about the initial blast. Its main job is to detonate underwater, creating a massive, radioactive tsunami that's designed to make entire coastal regions completely unlivable for decades. Now, a weapon like this, no matter how powerful, is pretty useless if it can be stopped, right? So the critical question becomes, how is Poseidon designed to be completely unstoppable, even by the most advanced defense systems in the world? This really gets to the heart of its strategy. You see, for decades, all of our nuclear defense has been pointed up at the sky, tracking missiles that fly through space. Poseidon just sidesteps all of that. It doesn't try to punch through our missile shields, it just dives deep and goes right under them, in an environment where we are essentially blind. And the technology that makes all this possible is, well, it's as incredible as it is scary. It's got its own little nuclear reactor on board, which means it has a virtually unlimited range. It can just keep going. This allows it to travel at high speeds at extreme depths for months, maybe even years at a time, just patrolling the ocean floor, totally silent, waiting for that one command. Okay, so we've covered the what and the how, but the really big question is why? Why on earth would you build a weapon like this? To get that, we need to look at the bigger picture, at the geopolitical chessboard. So this is the official line coming from Russia. They don't talk about Poseidon as a weapon to start a war, but as a guaranteed response. It's a tool for retaliation, built to survive anything and ensure that an attack on Russia would be met with an overwhelming counterpunch. Let's just walk through their thinking for a second. From where Moscow is sitting, they see these advanced NATO missile shields and they think, hey, those could one day stop our regular missiles. And for them, that's a problem, a major vulnerability. So what's the solution? You create a totally new kind of weapon that makes those shields completely irrelevant. And the result? You guarantee you can always strike back, which is the whole foundation of nuclear deterrence. And that whole concept has a name, second strike capability. It's one of the most critical ideas in all of nuclear strategy. And it's pretty simple, really. It's the absolute guarantee that even if you get hit first with a massive nuclear attack, you can still hit your attacker back with devastating force. By making that retaliation a sure thing, you make the idea of attacking you in the first place unthinkable. And Poseidon, it's pretty much a second strike weapon come to life. The impact of this thing goes way beyond just Russia. The very existence of the Poseidon system is already starting to shake things up, changing how people think about strategy and underwater warfare all over the globe. And we're already seeing those ripple effects, right? This weapon signals a huge strategic shift for Russia toward these unconventional, hard-to-kill systems. It's pouring fuel on the fire of this renewed competition between global powers. It creates this whole new, terrifyingly survivable way to guarantee deterrence. And it forces everyone to ask a critical question. How do you even begin to counter a threat you can't see? And Russia isn't just building one of these things. The mothership, if you will, is the Belgorod, a massive, specially modified submarine. And get this, each one is expected to carry up to 6 Poseidon vehicles. Think about that for a second. One submarine carrying enough firepower to make 6 major coastal areas completely uninhabitable. And don't think this is some far-off future technology. It's not. President Putin first unveiled this concept back in 2018. In 2025, successful tests were confirmed. And it's expected to be fully operational by the end of this decade. I mean, the clock is definitely ticking. Like with any brand new game-changing technology, Poseidon brings with it a whole mess of unanswered questions and some really big risks that go way beyond the battlefield. So we've talked about the military strategy, but what about the real-world practical risks? I mean, what happens when you have autonomous nuclear weapons with their own reactors just patrolling the bottom of the ocean? Well, international observers are highlighting several key concerns. Geopolitically, how do you maintain command and control over an autonomous drone armed with a nuclear weapon? What prevents an accident or a malfunction? And then there's the environmental side, which is a potential nightmare. An accident involving its nuclear reactor could cause a catastrophic disaster in the ocean. And of course, repeated testing in the ecologically fragile Arctic region raises some very serious concerns. And really, this is the question it all boils down to. Poseidon represents a paradigm shift, moving the front line of nuclear deterrence from the sky down to the seabed. It's a stealthy, persistent, and terrifyingly powerful weapon that challenges basically everything we thought we knew about strategic stability. All right, that's what we have for this explainer. Thank you so much for your time. If you found this analysis valuable, we'd really appreciate it if you'd like, share, and subscribe to the Global Warwatch Network for more content just like this.
Now, we want to hear from you. What are your thoughts on the Poseidon system and the future of underwater warfare? Share them in the comments below and come join our community on social media. All the links for that are right there in the description. Thanks again for watching.